Iran is not our enemy. Israel owns Trump and the U.S. government. Israel wants Iran completely destroyed and thrown into chaos so that Israel can mow the lawn in Iran whenever it chooses. Israel is forcing the United States to attack Iran to fulfill Israel's darkest desire to destroy and control Iran so that Israel can now become the king of the Middle East, the hegemon, enslaving all the Arabs and Muslims in the region. Israel's plans for the Middle East, in close coordination with the U.S. military-industrial complex, have been known since 2007. In 2007, General Wesley Clark famously recounted that a general in the Pentagon told him on or about the 20th of September 2001, that is 9 days after 9/11, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." I said, "We're going to war with Iraq? Why?" He said, "I don't know." General Wesley Clark came back to see the same Pentagon general a few weeks after his 20th September 2001 visit. And he said to Wesley Clark, "I just got this down from upstairs today." And he said to Wesley Clark, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off with Iran." According to Wesley Clark, this plan was not about responding to direct threats or deterring conflict, but was instead aimed at fundamentally reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East in a manner favorable to Israel. Let us be very clear. The American people have been brainwashed into believing that the United States military's purpose is to keep America safe. The United States military's true purpose is to start wars and change governments on behalf of Israel. The Israeli Zionist Jews tell America, "Go and kill people, destroy governments, and create chaos." The crazed, insane Israeli Zionist Jews tell Americans to go die for Israel so that Israel can move one step closer to achieving the Israeli plan for Greater Israel. Who has paid for these wars? America, and it will be Americans who will die in this war against Iran, a war that has absolutely no benefit to America. Iran is no threat to the United States. Israel is the real threat to the United States of America. President Trump has been manipulated to sacrifice America to please Israel. Consider how much money the United States has spent on wars that Israel has ordered since 2001. Since 2001, the total estimated cost of U.S. wars on behalf of Israel is $8 trillion. This includes the $5.8 trillion already spent and the expected spending of at least $2.2 trillion on obligations for U.S. veterans' care over the next 30 years. And since 2001, at least 30,000 U.S. military personnel, contractors, and allied troops have died on behalf of Israel. And the number of people that have died in the Middle East at Israel's bidding is about 4.5 million. And this impending attack on Iran is a major distraction from Israel's barbaric and genocidal attack on Gaza and the West Bank that is pushing forward with great gusto in a veiled and underhanded way, as Trump's Board of Peace keeps lying to us that the war in Gaza is over and that Israel will not be allowed to annex the West Bank. And we all know that the United States is paying for the Gaza, the genocide in Gaza. So, where are we on all of this? American mainstream media is grooming ordinary Americans into believing that Iran is a huge threat to the United States. Do not believe these lies. America has sent enormous military assets to the region to intimidate Iran. It is not working. Iran keeps being calm and resolute, telling the United States that Iran is not a threat. Look at these messages from Iran's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Syed Abbas Araghchi. The first message regarding Iran's nuclear program. Remember the nuclear program that Trump keeps telling us he obliterated in June 2025? This is what Mr. Araghchi said. Our fundamental convictions are crystal clear. Iran will under no circumstances ever develop a nuclear weapon. Neither will we Iranians ever forgo our right to harness the dividends of peaceful nuclear technology for our people. And the second message regarding Iran's ballistic missile program, let's listen to the video.
Complained about fake news. So I think now it is himself the victim of fake news, unfortunately. We are not developing, long-range missiles, and we have limited the range of our missiles below 2,000 kilometers intentionally by ourselves because we don't want anyone. We don't want it to be like a global threat. This is only to defend ourselves. Our missiles has, defense nature. They are only to build deterrence and to help us defend ourselves, exactly as they did in the last June's war. We didn't initiate that war. It was Israelis and then Americans. We only defended ourselves. For them, that was an illegal act of aggression. For us, it was legitimate act of.
But do the Israeli Zionist Jews and the United States military-industrial complex with their war hawks listen? Of course not. And so we wait for Trump to pull the trigger. But Trump knows the American people do not want this senseless war with Iran. So the Trump administration is telling Israel to strike first. And when Iran retaliates and probably kills some American military personnel that are currently stationed in Israel, then Trump can try and fool Americans. Look at what evil Iran has done. Iran has killed Americans and they are bombing Israel. So America must now go and destroy Iran to save Israel. So Israel forces Iran to defend itself, and we have innocent Americans dying, and innocent Iranians dying, and Israeli Zionist Jews dying. And for what? For some twisted notion gleaned from the Bible calling for greater Israel. If this completely avoidable war is forced on the American people and our American soldiers are forced to die for Israel, then I want Iran to teach a hard, a bloody lesson to the arrogant and insufferable United States of America and pound the hell out of Israel and any U.S. bases or assets in the region. I want Iran to grind Israel into the ground so they will never forget that it was Israel's evilness that brought this destruction. I want Israel to finally realize that they are not the chosen ones and they have no right to treat the Palestinians or anyone with savagery and barbarity. I want the Israeli Zionist Jews to suffer in the same way that they have made the Palestinians to suffer. And I want the American government to know that they are far from invincible. Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. More next time. I'm Penny Lane. Thank you.